Corey Lewandowski's gone. He was Donald Trump's main bro. He was a guy who took care of the press, advocated fearlessly and tirelessly as only a sociopathic meathead from New Hampshire can for Donald Trump's interest. But it's something of a surprise. And I have to say, Donald Trump has kept true to his principles. He's not reversed himself on racism. He's not reversed himself on being fantastic. He's not reversed himself on other things that he says about family members, as an example. But we got to check this out because he fired Corey Lewandowski. But meanwhile, back in March, Donald Trump at a CNN town hall had this to say.
Let me ask you about Lewandowski. Initially, your campaign said this never happened. There was no video of it. You came out and said you thought this person was perhaps making it up.
This is about Corey Lewandowski was basically charged with, at the time, charges have since been dropped as far as I understand, with assaulting a quote-unquote reporter from Breitbart. And there was video of him grabbing her.
This reporter, Lewandowski himself tweeted saying, I never met this reporter, I never touched this person. Now the video shows he clearly did touch this person. Well, whether or not you think it was battery or not.
Touch. I don't know what touch means.
Well, he said, I never touched this person.
And then she says, oh, look at my arm. I mean,
did he mislead you as well?
Not at all. No, not at all. Look, I didn't know we had all these security cameras all over. By the time I found out, I said, well, this is really wonderful. This exonerates him totally. Now,
but
if it would have happened, you know, she said she went to the ground or something to the effect that she almost went to the ground. She was in pain. She went to the ground. When she found out that there was a security camera and that they had her on tape, all of a sudden that story changed.
No, that's not true. She says her story has remained exactly the same. She was knocked a little bit off.
Can I read this to you then?
Yeah, that she was knocked off balance, but she remained standing.
Do you mind if I read you her statement? I mean, give me a break. You know, the problem is everybody dumps people when there's like a sign of political incorrectness. I'm just going to read, if I can find it.
She said she was almost knocked off balance, but
she said she was almost knocked off balance, right? Here's what she said. You want to read it or you want me to do it? You're a professional announcer. Why don't you read it? The bottom part. The bottom. Now, that's an exact quote from her prior to seeing the cameras, and now she says, oh, I better change my story, I guess.
This quote says, I was jolted backwards. Someone had grabbed me tightly by the arm and yanked me down. I almost fell to the ground, but was able to maintain my balance nonetheless. I was shaken. Campaign managers aren't supposed to try to forcefully throw reporters to the ground. She did not go down the ground.
No, let me just, okay, before she knows, folks, look, I'm a loyal person. I'm going to be loyal to the country. I'm going to be loyal to Wisconsin. We have to tell it like it is. It would be so easy for me to terminate this man, ruin his life, ruin his family. He's got 4 beautiful children in New Hampshire, ruin his whole everything, and say you're fired, okay? I fired many people, especially in The Apprentice.
Isn't that sweet? Isn't that so adorable? That Donald Trump wasn't going to fire Corey Lewandowski?
You don't want to ruin his whole everything.
He didn't want to ruin his whole everything, and believe me, he's ruined a lot of whole everythings. But he didn't want to do that. Certainly not over grabbing some broad's arm. But something has changed. And it's another thing that actually also involves something that's very important to Donald Trump's heart. Dana Bash has suggested... Matt, what has Dana Bash of CNN suggested about why Corey Lewandowski was let go?
Hot on the Twitter wire an hour ago, Dana Bash tweeted, I'm told the person who convinced Trump to fire Corey is Ivanka.
Ivanka.
Who met with her dad and said, get rid of him or she can no longer help.
Ivanka, I need you. You never wear skirts anymore. Yesterday was Father's Day and I wanted you to pose in the Ferrari with me on my lap. But you were nowhere to be found. What can I do for you, Ivanka? You want me to fire Corey? But I don't want to ruin his whole everything. I'll never see... What about a back rub from Dad for Father's Day? No? All right, I'll fire Corey. Although it goes against my every principle.
Corey, this is John Miller.
Corey, this is John Miller. Yes, I work with Donald. I think that I'm someone he likes and trusts. You're fired. And people are going to say that this has something to do with the fact that he has a weird, almost fetish of his daughter, and it's just completely not true. Although his daughter's a tremendous piece of ass. It's really true. This is John Miller. Okay.
That's that story responsibly done?
Yes, exactly. That's all you need to know about why Corey Lewandowski was let go of.
Hello, you. I'm Sam Seder. Looking for smart progressive talk that is occasionally amusing? Well, subscribe to our YouTube feed. Subscribe to our podcast. Like us on Facebook. And just generally enjoy us.